Good morning, good morning, good morning. If you are catching me live, good evening, good afternoon, maybe whatever time it is for you on the replay side. It's your girl, Shonda Henry, a.k.a. Sister Sense. We are officially back inside the mid-year reset retreat virtual experience. So if you are listening live, can you say good morning? Can you say good morning? Y'all was quiet. Can y'all say hello, good morning? I want to see who is in the virtual building with me. Of course, if you're listening on the replay side, you can check in too. Just go over to the chat comment section as you watch the replay and say, hey, let me know if it's good morning, good afternoon, good evening for you, okay? Whoever you are, wherever you are, my goal today, okay, is to work with you when it comes to the retreat experience that I want to put together for you. I don't know if you know this, I don't know if you heard this, but I've been screaming from the mountaintops that we are literally 42% done with this year. So to be clear, 42% of the year, done, gone, okay? We've got the remainder of this month just before we hit the second half of the year to get clear about what you want to do to make sure that this is the best year for you. I always love to say, to be clear, this is still your year, and your current situation is not your final destination. It's your responsibility to you to prioritize the things that matter most to you, which means that as part of the mid-year reset experience, we take these 3 days, we take this whole month, and intentionally work on your intentions. When it comes to the mid-year reset retreat experience, I always love to talk about the RETREAT of it all, creating a space where you and we as a community can R, relax and recharge, E, enjoy this entrepreneurial journey together, tongue-tied. I'm sure you know that entrepreneurship can be a lonely, lonely place, whether it be you strategically trying to do it on your own or you sharing your vision with people who do not have a vision and them perhaps not being as supportive as you would like them to be. Having the right vibe, the right energy, enjoying the journey, E, T, being able to tackle blocks, challenges, and resistance, internal and external, creating a space to reflect on where you are versus where you want to be, and energetically, intentionally, E, embracing your inner child, tapping into your inner boss, A, getting in alignment with your assignment so that you can truly become your future self, and T, taking your time while taking action. For many years, I've said and I've shared the fact that I believe there are two types of people in this world. AT, active talkers. You know them folks, all they do is talk. They talk and they talk and they talk and they talk and they talk. They get on the phone and they talk about the things that they could have done, should have done, would have done. They talk about the things that they regret. They talk about the people that wronged them, all the things that they wanted their life to be. As far as I'm concerned, so long as I have breath in me, I'm still living life. I'm still living life. There are literally a lot of people that we know who are the walking dead. They don't go through the things that they need to do to become the best version of them. They just fixate on you, what you trying to do, what they didn't do, who did things to them, and the list goes on. We don't want to be in a place of negative naysayers. You need to either change the people around you or change the people around you. So there are active talkers, number one, talk, and action takers, number two. See, that's the group that you need to be in. You need to proactively do what you need to do to power through to become your best you. I always remind y'all that success is the sum total of the little things that you do day in and day out. We are here so that you can figure out how to work on your revenue, your reach, your routines with strategy and intention. So I'm excited because I want you to be able to propel forward. Yesterday we focused on power moves, and today we are going to propel. Drop that into the chat so that I can see. Propel, propel. I want you to be able to move forward with intention. Now, as we begin the process of day number 2, the starter steps that I shared with you, again, creating a space for you to relax, reflect, and rev up your efforts, work on your money, manifestation, motivation, momentum, and work on your mindset too. These are a few things that I want you to do. And I can tell that Prin wants you to do those things too. She's sitting up in here barking. I think she's barking at the neighbor, but I'm going to say she's barking because she is confirming the things that I am saying to you. She is my ride or die. She is like, yes, girl, preach. That's what I'm going to confirm that she's saying today. So working on your money, manifestation, motivation, and momentum, we're going to review the mid-year reset master plan guide that I've created for you. We walk through it now, and then I'm going to make sure you have it on your replays and resources page so that you can download it and utilize it moving forward. Okay? So if you're not already in the group, I invite you once again to join us inside firestarters.sistersense.com. Number 1, if you're not in the group, get in the group. Number 2, I encourage you this morning to do a twofold project, okay? We're going to kick this thing off in a big way. I want you to share your biggest goal that you have for yourself this month. I want you to think about it, right? So you think it, you speak it, you write it, you put it out there into the universe so you can manifest the things that you want in your life and in your business. What's your biggest goal for this month? Number 1. Number 2, you can jump into our Facebook group and share it there too. Motivate others and get motivation for you. What's your biggest goal for this month? Think about that right now. Share that here, share that there. Literally share that everywhere. One of the things that we're going to do today is in Propel, we're going to work on micro projects that are going to move you forward. I do have the Real Easy Reels 30-day challenge this month. One of my big goals is to strategically post one short-form video reel every single day on social media. And I'm taking you with me, okay? So hopefully you are currently in the challenge, but if you're not, that's okay, because you're going to get some real easy reel templates today. And one of them is that one in particular where you can shout from the mountaintops one of your biggest goals for this month. So we've got a lot to do. I do not want to take any more time away from those things. So let's check in. I'm going to check the chat, number 1, and then we're going to move into the meat and potatoes of today. Okay? So let me know one of your big goals for this month. Hey, Prin. I know Miss Prin is in the virtual building. Good morning, Afi. Good morning, Dee. Good morning, Adonia. Good morning, Levon. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I see you guys are coming on in here recording my course. Yes, that's a big goal. That's a big vision. Being able to, now that you've mapped out your course, being able to record your course so that you can put it out into the world. I love that. I love that. My big goal is to share my done for you projects. I love it. You've been talking about creating DFY, done for you offers, and you are ready to put that out there into the world. What are some things that you all have been talking about, right? Y'all know that statement. Don't just talk about it, be about it. And in our circle, we are not about being AT active talkers. We're about being big action takers, right? Thinking the thing and doing the thing. Dee says 50 new members in her community. Baby, that is the win for me, right? Being able to attract and convert 50 new members. Hey, Miss Ruel is in the building. Mrs., I should say. I better put them extra isses on that, right? Not miss, but Mrs. I want to do a live and in-person event. I've never done it before. I already started looking into locations. I love that. As you say that, I think about when I was ready to go live. You know, it's definitely intimidating if you've not done it before, right? So, you know, starting with baby steps, doing a live virtual, maybe that's something. But when you want to do in person, my baby step in person, 2 of them. Number 1, a little meetup, just a mini meetup, right? And I think it was 5 ladies. I invited them, and we went to... Where did we go? I think we went to the bookstore, if I'm not mistaken. Just a little mini meetup in Barnes & Nobles, right? Love those. And I also started off with a dinner. So here in North Carolina, in Raleigh, we have a bistro by Crabtree Mall. And in that bistro, and several restaurants do this, several restaurants outside of having main tables for people to come in, they'll have a private room that you can reserve. And so long as everybody who comes eats, you good to go. So I did a mini meetup at Barnes & Nobles. And then I did kind of like an evening chat dinner experience for my North Carolina women entrepreneurs. I need to do that again. Y'all North Carolina, ATL, Virginia business besties who don't mind hanging out with me for a weekend, I need to do that. Side note, the next in-person event that I have on the schedule is the October North Carolina Print Your Profits Workshop. So if you want information about the October North Carolina workshop, let me know. Number 2, I've been thinking about potentially doing a summer workshop and kind of popping up on y'all in July or August. So if you want a weekend pop-up in July or August, let me know that as well, okay? Just check in with me, whether you're listening live or via the replay. So love it, love it, love it. Scream it from the mountaintops, right? Somebody needs to write this down. When it comes to your goals, you think it, you write it, you speak it, you become it. Think it, write it, speak it, become it. Embrace the process of actualizing your vision. We're going to work on your manifestation. We're going to work on you becoming a money magnet. We are going to work on you doing the things that you want to do. Not letting anyone, especially you, stop you. So, starter steps. Quick recap. Power Moves was day 1. Propel, day 2. Profit Plan, day 3. Today, I want to make sure that we strategically have time to be proactive and knock out some much needed work when it comes to your business. I told you guys my retreat acronym. I shared that with you. I have a WORK, W-E-R-K acronym too. I love my acronyms, y'all, but y'all got to work it. So we're going to work on that today, okay? Yesterday, when it came to power moves, number 1, we reflected. We took some time to create, initiate the process of creating, because some of y'all needs to still work on this, a Q1, Q2 progress report, okay? In order to get to where you want to be, you got to know where you're coming from, right? So we worked on your progress report, number one, assessing your current challenges using my OMG scale, right? When I say OMG, I mean you are an OMG, possibly an OMG, overwhelmed manic genius, and you need to identify your challenges so you can tackle the resistance and move forward. We did that. Number two, creating your money map. Whew. Setting your ARG, annual revenue goals, number one, and identifying your YEE, year-end estimates. The year-end estimates, how much do you need to make every month, every day, every week to stay on track when it comes to your ARG, annual revenue goals. We did that yesterday. Traffic, sales, project. I shared with you one of the most underrated marketing strategies. When it comes to driving traffic and sales, generating profit, everybody talks about, ooh, you got to pay for ads, right? You got to pay to play, pay to play. Everybody, it's like folks do not know how to reach people without reaching in their pocketbook, pulling out their credit card, and paying for ads. They don't know what the hell to do, right? So paying for ads, number one, or spending, and I don't even know, unsurmountable amount of time, a ridiculous amount of time trying to feed the social media beast, because, baby, I don't got time for that. I do not have Megan Thee Stallion knees. I do not know one TikTok dance from the other. I don't have time for that. So either trying to figure out social media, ads, there's an underrated marketing strategy that everyone here could literally do today, okay? We touched on that yesterday. Tapping into the perfect digital side hustle, whether you're trying to bring in extra money or work on creating a sustainable digital business. We talked about some side hustles that you may want to tap into, identifying your must-try digital trends. There are so many things that folks is doing right now. Now, yesterday I said, interestingly enough, on my list of top 10 digital trends, I did not include tip jars. Do y'all notice that you could even go to like a fast food restaurant, or my favorites, I go to like little trucks, food trucks in the neighborhood, and it's like, hey, you want to leave us a tip? Everybody tipping. Everybody want a tip, right? Solopreneurs, big businesses, small businesses, everybody asking you for a tip. Tip jars is trending. And baby, we asking for tips too. I shared with you one way that myself and others as creatives generate revenue, getting paid with free strategically, is through tips and the support of those who follow us, right? I don't know if you have at least one platform that you use for tips and donations, but my favorite is Buy Me a Coffee. And you can check that out over at sistersense.com/BMAC for Buy Me a Coffee. Does anyone here have a tip jar? Because if you are trying to feed the social media beast and you're creating content and freebies and all that stuff, do you give people an opportunity who enjoy you to support you? Yesterday, one of my reels, one of my lovely followers, she said, oh my gosh, you are a beast at this thing. You're just, wow, right? There are folks who love you and want to support you, but guess what? You're blocking your blessing because you don't give them opportunities to support you. You don't say, hey, by the way, if you like this, feel free. Trust me, baby, there are people who would support you, but you don't give them an opportunity to support you. I remember I had this huge revelation. I can't remember the person I was talking to, but I was talking about, you know, when we get the funky face, oh, they pay them, but they don't pay me. But baby, ain't you the LPP queen? If you want them to pay you more money, first you have to create more premium offers, mind blown. Some of the things that you are seeking, you're not getting because you haven't created the space for it. So I'm like, girl, if you like what I got to say, go to sistersense.com/coffee. You can buy me a coffee. And if you want to create your own tip jar, you can do that too over at sistersense.com/BMAC for buy me a coffee. Now, that's not even one of the digital marketing trends that I talked about, but it is trending for people to create a space to attract more support in their business. And that's certainly something that you can do. Tapping into your next or your first digital side hustle, identifying a must-try digital marketing trend that you want to explore a little bit more, and then surviving survival mode, building bank by creating a cushion. I always tell entrepreneurs that startups do not pay up right away. So if you find yourself in a place where you lost your job, you quit your job, your money is funny, sales is slow, you're in a space of struggle. You're like, girl, the struggle is real. And you are trying to survive survival mode. I shared several C strategies to work on creating a cushion. We did all of that yesterday. And then some, because there's more that I didn't even share here. Now, those of you who either participated in yesterday's sessions or are excited to jump in and catch those on the replay side, before we get into Propel, can you think about, does anything here jump off the screen for you? You go, that is something that I want to look into. Because a part of Power Moves and a part of Propel is identifying the action steps that you want to take to build better, be better, manifest more. So this is not just a recap. This is your opportunity to explore what exactly are you going to put on your manifestation master plan. I just said to you, with whether it be you want to attract more money, whether you want to get people to buy your premium offers, they don't buy what you don't create. They don't support if you don't ask. One of my favorite quotes is you need to get your ASK, get your ask in gear. And for a lot of us, we are in a space where one of the biggest reasons entrepreneurship is lonely, hard, and all the things is because we try to do all the things on our own in the dark. You don't want to ask nobody nothing. You don't want to tell nobody nothing, but you're looking to attract and manifest more. It doesn't work that way. So, Power Moves. Can you see something here that I just shared as far as what we talked about yesterday that can help you today? I love the quote, do something today that your future self will thank you for. We're going to do a lot of that today as part of Propel, okay? But if there's something here that you see, baby, make sure that you put it in your manifestation master plan that we're putting together as part of this experience. Okay? Yes, in the UK, please. You want me to do a UK workshop? One was in the works, and then COVID came and crushed all my things. Because, you know, I am a Jamaican, a.k.a. Jamaican American, right? And so I have quite a bit of family in the UK. And I was planning to take my son there, take him to Leeds, to London, to Paris, all the places my people be. And then COVID hit me, and I haven't gone back to that vision. But having something in the UK is definitely something that I need to do. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be posting, let me do that in a different device. I'm going to be posting some photos that one of my old besties shared with me. And they were from a trip that I took to Japan to visit him while he was doing Teach for America. And I haven't been back. I haven't done I did an international trip last year. I was about to say I haven't done one in years. We went to Jamaica last year. But a UK trip, I need to go back to that. So thank you. Thank you, Dee, for reminding me. Some of the things that we need to do is remember to remind ourselves of the things that we said we were going to do. That's one of the cool things about the mid-year reset. One of the things I wanted you to be able to do is to reconnect to the vision you had at the start of the year. Because if there were things that distracted you, deterred you from doing those things, we need to remember those things. And just in the process of conversation, it's so amazing how things pop up. Because it's been a while. I haven't thought about that UK trip in a while. But as he was just checking in with me this morning, one of my old Columbia besties, with all of these old pictures from us when we were like 17 and 18, I went to Columbia University. And I'm like, oh my gosh, look at me. And then when I visited him in Japan, I said, listen, I need to go to Japan. We need to make that happen. So what do you need to make happen for you? Hey, Jeanette. Welcome, welcome. You know, it's funny. I said Jeanette with my whole chest. And then my inner child, my inner voice was saying, is it Jeanette or Janae? I feel like I always say Jeanette. You could tell me. Good morning, my dear.
It's Jeanette.
It's Jeanette. Okay. Thank you. So, let me know. Drop into the chat. I'm not moving until you move. You move them keys. What is at least one power move activity that you see here that you know you either need to do today, this weekend, or this month to work on your action items for the second half of the year? Do you need to work on that money map, addressing your current challenges, creating a progress report of Q1, Q2, identifying a digital side hustle or digital marketing trend that can work for you? And if you are currently in a space where you are trying to survival mode, create a cushion so you have some degree of security and or sustainability to build your business without the strain of struggle. Because the strain of struggle will have you doing some things in your business that you just do not need to do. Struggling to put out anything and not the best inside of you, because again, you're trying to survive survival mode. What's something here that you would like to identify as a priority power move? Okay? First thing that I want us to do today. The money map. Yeah, buddy, that's the big one. That's the big one for me. Identifying your annual revenue goal and also your year-end estimates, working on your money map. Yesterday I said you can do that DIY style based on the guidance that I gave you in that training, but I also have opportunities for you to one-on-one create a revenue roadmap with me, mapping out your actual, projected, and or estimated earnings for the second half of the year. We can do that one-on-one and or you diving into what I shared with you as part of yesterday's money map prep session. Okay? So keep checking in with me in the chat as you do that. Let's talk about the Propel progress projects. Can you drop Propel, Propel, into the chat for me? Now, those of you listening on the replay side, when I say drop this in the chat, when I say do this, you can literally do that in the comment section of the video. So you can engage with me, baby, even if you weren't catching me live. If you're catching me on the replay side, still engage. Now, today is all about progress, and I believe that creating a space where you can work on micro projects from start to finish will help you move forward. I always say that success is the sum total of the little things you do day in and day out, which means that you got to figure out how to strategically integrate these mini micro projects into your day, into your week, into your month, so that you can move forward with momentum. A couple of things that we are going to do today, okay? We're going to carve out 30-minute time blocks to work on a series of micro projects. The top one here is the Me Day Challenge. You basically prioritizing you today. You saying, listen, unless the house burned down, don't talk to me. I got things to you. Don't bother me, right? I'm minding my business. Now, as you can see here, for each of these, there are URLs because I do have supportive resources and solutions to go deeper into what we're doing here. Things that you can engage in, consume, download, etc. So the Me Day Challenge, I break that down over at systems.com/MDC. That's basically what we're going to do today. We're going to prioritize a series of mini projects that you'll knock out in 30-minute integrals. My goal is that you can do at least 3 of these. If you can knock out 10 of these, 10 of these would be 300 hours, right? Or 30 times 10. That would be crazy. But you tell me how many you get done, okay? So today is definitely a me day. Digital product launch. Anybody want to launch a product today? We're going to work on a digital product launch project. Morning money challenge. I'm all about making that Monday morning money, honey. And in order to do that, you got to set yourself up for success. I always say a Sunday well spent brings a week full of content. You can't make Monday morning money if you're not ready for the revenue. So being able to prepare for Monday morning to share an irresistible offer, that's something we're going to do. The business bucket list. We don't just want to think about it or talk about it. You got to be about it. Being able to create a bucket list that you actually go through from start to finish to move you forward. Paid newsletter profits. Paid newsletters, we've been working on that. Would you like to work on your paid newsletter this weekend? Let me know. As you look at this Propel list, do you see something here that you go, yes? Drop into the chat. And again, this is a collection of resources that you can tap into in addition to what we're talking about today. So you could go over to systems.com/bucket list to learn more about that. systems.com/paid newsletters to learn more about that. Time savers. Some of you need to get better at your time-saving tools and techniques so you don't feel like if you can't do it yourself or you can't pay somebody an exorbitant amount of money to do it for you, you don't know what to do. Who needs to work on time-saving techniques? I do have over at systems.com/TSTK, the Time Saver Toolkit. And I do have a list of micro projects that can propel you forward over at systems.com/stay productive. Side note, you can also amplify your success by taking the time to work with me strategically over the course of 3 to 4 months. If that's something that you want to do, check in with me. I have the Insider Circle 90-day program, and I also have the 444 Breakthrough Bundle. So the 444 Breakthrough Bundle is working with me and also having me do things for you over the course of 4 months. And the 3-month Insider Circle is deep diving into digital product creation, email marketing, newsletter setup, also strategy, clarity sessions, creating your revenue roadmap, basically working on a lot of stuff over the course of a 90-day period. So those are some time saver techniques and tools that we're going to talk about today. But if you need that additional support, you can check in with me as well. Last but not least, Real Easy Reels. Who needs to make more video content? Right now I'm doing a 30-day challenge, but one of the micro projects today is to complete at least a week's worth of video content today. Okay? So you can check out the Real Easy Reels challenge, number one, and or if you go to sissysense.com/WHTM, you're going to see what's happening this month, WHTM. So, Propel Progress Projects, 30-minute intentional micro projects that we are going to do today. If you didn't say it, I need you to say Propel, Propel. Are you ready? If you're ready, drop ready into the chat. I want to see. Ready, 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 ready. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? I'm going to take you over to the mid-year master plan. I feel like I'm not doing this the right way. Did I do it the right way? I think I did. Okay. I'm going to take you over to the mid-year master plan, okay? This basically goes through, let me do a quick slide because me touching it with my finger, I just keep popping it out of stuff. All right. Propel. We just talked about the productivity projects that we're going to touch on. There are actually 10 of them. The first one is the List of Lists Challenge, okay? The List of Lists Challenge. So what is that? Basically, we need to set your intentions. I've given you a list of some of the things that we plan to do today. Any of these things stand out to you, number one. Number two, I'm going to challenge you to work on one of the following lists over the course of 30 minutes, okay? I'm going to take some time to explain to you what these lists are, and then we're going to go into our 30-minute power session. Is that good for you? You get it? You good? Because that's what we're going to do, okay? Say good if you're good. This is the first project. The List of Lists Challenge is the first of 10 micro projects that I have for you, okay? So let me walk you through the different types of lists that you could potentially work on, okay? All good. GOOD, digital product, creating my first money map. Good. I love it. You guys are dropping these things into the chat, these gems into the chat so that I can see. All right. So the TP3 list. The TP3 list is your top priority 3 items. So when I talk about the TP3 list, especially when we have our Sunday Circle sessions, and we do those once a month, right, in the circle. The TP3 list has levels. The first level is, what are you going to do today? 3 top priority tasks for today. 3 top priority tasks for this week. 3 top priority tasks for the month, and 3 for the quarter. If you want to go even further, you can do 3 for the year. This is about getting clear, setting your intentions. You can stop at one level if you want to. I say go big or go home. So literally, we're going to take 30 minutes, and you're going to sit down and work on one list. Not all of these, but any of these that make sense to you, at least one of these. So the TP3 list, number one, you're going to take the 30 minutes, and you're going to sit down and work on mapping out your top priority 3 tasks for today, this week, this month, this quarter, or this year. Could be any combination of those. Number one. Number two, the knockout list. I've been teaching this one for many, many years. Knockout list is basically short things that you can do in a matter of minutes or hours, okay? And basically, you can sit down and create a knockout list of things that you would like to do in either a 30-minute time block, like we're going to do today, or up to 3 hours. Okay, so I do have an ebook, right, and it's called the 3-Hour Workday Routine. So being able to set aside strategically 30 minutes to 3-hour time blocks at varying times of the week or month is something that you can do. So again, the knockout list is just you making a list of simple, quick things that you can do to propel yourself forward. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of examples of things that you could put on a knockout list, right? Number one, follow-ups. You could take a couple of minutes to follow up with people. Number two, sign-ups. There are some things that you've been meaning to sign up to, and you haven't done it yet. Number three, setup. Maybe there's something that you want to work on, and there's a piece of it, one step that you could set up to move forward. This summer, my son is going to be going to ECU. They have an art camp, and it's so awesome because they've got so many cool things for them to do. He's going to be doing animation and sculpture. The graphic design class was full, but he's going to do animation and sculpture, and they have all of these really cool 3D printing, all the things, okay? It was a little bit of extra money for mommy, but well worth it, right? They've sent him a list of things that he needs to do before classes start next week, and I said, listen, you're not a baby anymore, okay? I don't need to be the one to read this list and either do it or tell you what to do. Go and do what you need to do, right? So one of the first things he needed to do was to get his ECU email address. My baby's getting a college email, y'all. I mean, it's just a summer camp, but I'm excited. And he's going to be taking some college classes next year as well, so I'm excited. But he needs to go set that up so then he can get an Adobe account for the Adobe software that they're going to be working on as part of the camp, right? There are things that you need to sign up to. There are things that you need to set up. There are people you need to follow up with, or you need to boost up the attention on some of the things you're working on, but you're not talking about those things as much as you need to. We're going to talk about the knockout list in a little bit more detail a little later today, okay? But you can work on putting together a TP3 list, a knockout list, a bucket list. So my birthday just passed, and I created a business birthday bucket list, okay? I basically spent 24 hours, made a list of a couple of things I've been meaning to do, and knocked out as much as I could in that time period, okay? The 24-hour bucket list is a project that I've been sharing with you guys. And I said, first and foremost, we don't want to take 15 years and a baby to put this list together. So it's a short list of things that you can do. You do not want to put things on this list that are going to cause you to overstress or cause you to rush. This is not about rushing quality. The things that need to take time, give them time. Identifying things that you can do in short spurts that can work for you. Now, the 24-hour bucket list is one type of bucket list. Another business bucket list is the 100 list. We talked about that this year as well. You identifying a list of 100 projects, whether they be big or small, that you want to do this year because you're committed to your next best step. You're committed to getting to the next season in your life and in your business. How you do that is with a 100 list. I always tell you guys, when I was in freshman year, the first day I was in my dorm room, I had either a SpongeBob or a Rugrats notebook, and I sat down. I went through the course library, and I mapped out my courses for the entirety of my 4 years. I went through a whole lot in them 4 years. Finding great friends, losing great friends, getting A's, getting D's, a couple of C's, getting my iPad stolen. Not my iPad, my iMac. Oh, my goodness. Old school. Getting my iMac stolen from this dude who shall not be named, and still having to pay the $2,000+ for an iMac that I didn't have in my vicinity because he stole that thing from me. Ooh, can I borrow it for the weekend? Yeah. Falling in love, falling out of love, going through the oh my goodness, my boyfriend decides he wants to be gay. Listen, life is going life. And I went through my time at Columbia University understanding that a lot of things happen to me 10 times happen to other people. And it's not about what happens to us, but how we deal with the things that happen to us. And I saw a lot of people who did not cross the graduation finish line with me because life took them out to the degree that they could not stay on task. And regardless of stolen computers, gay boyfriends, A's, B's, C's, D's, and whatever was going on back in Brooklyn, I stayed on task because I made that list. I forever will have that as a fundamental progressive strategy for me. I always say, especially when I feel depleted and I have brain fog, I'm a diabetic. If I need to sit or lie down in bed for a couple of days to like recharge myself, I always say, when I am at my highest energy, I'm going to do something that my future self will thank me for. So high energy, clear LaShonda, she's going to be the boss, so that when I feel like depleted, lost LaShonda, I can take a break and or I can just follow in or lean in to what my previous self did for me. So when I was going through all the craziness, I could go back to that list and say, LaShonda, you said you wanted to take computer science classes. You said you wanted to take these classes on, what did I do? I did so many crazy classes. I don't know. But whatever the classes were, I gave myself an outline and I stuck to the plan. Can somebody say that for me in the chat? Stick to the plan. You can't stick to a plan that you haven't created, though. One of the most powerful lists on this list of lists is the 100 list. And make sure to be clear, because we're pretty much 42% into the year, about to be 50% into the year, right? Make sure that on this list, you also acknowledge the things that you already did. That makes this 100 list less intimidating and super amazing. The stuff that you did this year, knock it off, knock it off, knock it off. Say check, 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 check. You might already have about 20, 30 things on that list, big and small, that you've already done. I know Afi reached some amazing goals on her YouTube channel. I know LaVon just knocked out her Vibrant Sister Circle newsletter that she's about to launch. I know that Miss UKD, and me worked on her amazing Parent Gems website. She is launching her membership community. She just hosted a fabulous 3-day summit virtually. Girl, you got so many things to knock off. You're like, check, 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 check. Create your 100 list of things that you did already thus far and things that you want to do. Work with me list. Work with me. You want to manifest what you want this year. Can somebody say manifest for me? Manifest. Create a work with me list. There are a couple of things that you can put on this work with me list. Number one, people who you know you want to work with. Either you want them to pour into you on some capacity, you want them to collaborate and partner with you on some capacity, you want them to work with you as a client on some capacity. Work with me. The things that you are seeking you. I remember when Issa Rae was doing Awkward Black Girl, and I was blogging, and I kept saying, I need to interview this woman. I need to interview this woman. This was back in the day when she was living out her car and doing Awkward Black Girl on YouTube, okay? And I kept saying, I need to interview this woman. I need to interview. So let's fast forward. Now, all of a sudden, this woman blew up. She on HBO. She doing all the things. Can I interview this woman? I could. It's going to take a lot of work, a lot of reach. It's a little different. Opportunities expire. Somebody say opportunities expire. At some point, I saw that she was going to be somewhere, and I said, oh, I want to get there, and I did it, right? And then I saw another opportunity. She was going to be somewhere. She was actually going to be speaking at Digital Undivided Funding Tech All Things event for women of color in New York City. Digital Undivided, amazing organization. New York, my hometown, stomping ground. I said, I am going. I need to see Issa Rae, okay? And I went, and I saw her, and I have the photo. I went to a Black Enterprise event, and Lisa Price was speaking. Lisa Price is the creator of Carol's Daughter. Her first location was in Brooklyn, and it was literally across the street from Brooklyn Technical High School, which is where I went to school. So when I'm going to school, I'm walking past Spike Lee's joint, because that was on the corner of where my school is, and also Carol's Daughter, also in that location. It's amazing to see the trajectory of people, their growth, and your growth, too. So when I was invited to go to a Black Enterprise event, and I made that a thing, I basically invited my North Carolina besties. I think it was me, Katrina, Loree, a couple of ladies, like 5 or 6 ladies. And literally I said, listen, we're going to carpool this thing, okay? So from Virginia to North Carolina, innards, I live here in Greenville, got folks in Raleigh, Durham. We drove to Charlotte, but we just kept picking up folks along the way. Like the biggest car is the one that we went in, okay? And we got to Charlotte. We had an amazing time at the event, and Lisa Price spoke. I said, I'm going to meet this woman. I'm going to touch this woman. I'm going to talk to this woman. I'm going to tell this woman that I have been following her since I was in high school. As soon as she got off that stage, girl, I'm a sedentary creature. I ain't never jump off a stage as fast as I did. I went over there, got through security, talked to her. She was actually, opportunities expire. I could have said, ooh, I'll talk to her later. She wasn't going to be there later, because literally as soon as she got off stage, she was walking out of the building. I walked with her out of the building. One of my favorite photos that I have in my office is that picture of me and Lisa Price. Work with me list. Who do you want to see? Who do you want to work with? Clients. Make a list of people you go, listen, I'm going to email them. Last month, I sent out an email to several of my clients, and I said, listen, I want to help you do what you need to do over the next couple of months. I'm going to give you the opportunity to work with me, either getting Get More Done hours and or clarity call sessions. Several clients said yes with extra S's. I don't know if you know this, but during the summertime, for a lot of businesses, they experience a slump. Because why? A lot of people go on vacation. A lot of people have kids out of school. So their money is going towards figuring out what the kids are going to do, going on vacation, all things. And during those instances, quite a few people, I'm hearing something beep. I don't know what that is. Is that me? Or is that somebody here? Somebody not on mute. During the summer period, folks don't spend like they do New Year's, folks spend. End of year, New Year's, that's spending time. Most people make the most of their money at the last month and the first month of the year, somewhere in there. Summer is a slump for a lot of folks. Being strategic about reaching out to clients and then generating revenue during this period, working towards and reaching my 4-figure goal for that project that week, that was intention. That was creating a work with me list and reaching out to a group of previous customers that I wanted to work with and support. Don't tell me you have a money problem. You have an idea problem. You're not strategically reaching out to people that you need to. You're not manifesting what you want to because you've not put together a work with me list, a bucket list, a knockout list, a TP3 list, and then watch the magic of having these lists work for you. Now, there's so much more I can say, but we actually have to do the work today. So, LOL for real. When you look at this LOL list of lists, can you see one that you are saying to yourself, I'm about to just tear this thing up. I'm about to knock it all the way out. Figure out which of these lists you're going to do and drop into the chat for me, okay? Now, if you do have questions and I'm babbling on, you could always unmute yourself or ask a question into the chat. Never feel like you can't do that. You could also post your questions in our Facebook group over at firestarters.sistersense.com. Or you can send me a voice message when you go to the sistersense.com website. Click the gray tab on the right. Send me a voice message. All right? So in between listening to me, I need you to be able to interact and engage. If you do have questions or comments, feel free to just drop them in, pop them in, wherever you can. Okay? So if you understand the assignment, if you are in alignment with the assignment, I'm in alignment with the universe telling me that I needed to sit out on this porch this morning. I enjoy the birds and all the things. The dog barking I could do without, but you know. It's a sunny day today, so we're going to have all the things. Hopefully those things don't distract you. Hopefully. So let me know which of these knockout lists you are about to knock out today. Okay? Stick to the plan. Yes. So as I say knockout, Adonia literally says she's going to work on the knockout list. Okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So let's do it. We are going to do our power session now. And how are we going to do this? I'm going to go over to our slides, and we are going to have a 30-minute power session, okay? So I'm going to put the timer on. I'm going to mute myself. I will be here, but we are going to have that quiet time to spend 30 minutes intentionally working on your vision, okay? So let's get the 30-minute countdown timer up. Let's make it do what it needs to do. Y'all understand the assignment? Pick one of those knockout lists, or maybe 2 or 3. Pick one of those lists and just start working on the list itself. Okay. Let me just check in with you guys. You good? Say you good, because I'm about to say, boop. Starting on it. All right. I'm going to mute myself. But if you need me, either unmute yourself or drop into the chat. All right. Put on your favorite music. 30 minutes. Let's do it. Alrighty, lovely ladies. Are you here? Are you with me? Drop HERE here if you are in the building and you are ready for us to get back into it. What did you work on? Let me know. What did you work on? What list did you work on during our 30-minute power pause? Now, of course, that question is for those of you live, but to be honest with you, it's also for those of you on the replay side. You can, in the comment section as you're watching the replays, you can say, okay, LaShonda, I did the power pause, and this is the list I worked on. As I said to you, what I wanted you to do is to start our Propel Progress Project activities today with the List of Lists challenge, right? So basically, thinking about those things that you've been meaning to do and want to prioritize because they matter to you. So starting with the TP3, making a top priority 3 list, things you want to do today, this week, this month, this quarter, this year. A knockout list, short things that you can do over the course of a 30-minute to 3-hour time period. A bucket list, things that you want to do in your business. Maybe you want to do a 24-hour bucket list. You challenging yourself one day to do what you can strategically do to move forward with momentum over the course of 24 hours, I should say. A 100 list, combining the things you were able to accomplish this year with the things that you want to accomplish this year, so you can strategically build out a list of 100 things that you want to do by the end of the year. A work with me list, making a list strategically of people you want to work with. Either you want them to be a coach, a mentor on your team to support you on some capacity. Either it's a customer or a client that you want to reconnect with, you want to retarget for repeat business. Maybe it is an influencer, somebody you want to partner with or collaborate with on some level. One of these lists, hopefully, was something that you were able to tackle today. Okay? So I'm going to check the chat so I can see which of these lists you worked on. Okay? Jeanette said 30 days of prompts, graphics for writers, creating 30 days of social media posts. That went fast. I know, 30 days. 30 minutes goes really fast, right? Goes really fast. So strategically working on some of these things that you've been meaning to do. Working on a digital project, a digital product. Okay. I love it. Working on the work with me list. Good. So let me know. Name one of these, okay? So you told me some of the activities that you prioritized in the last 30 minutes. Name one of these lists that was your list. I was actually working on a knockout list of short activities that I'm going to complete today, okay? So you let me know which of these specific names of lists was your priority, okay? A knockout list, says Adonia. Work with me list, says D. Okay. Good. Knockout list. Awesome. That's definitely a priority for me, okay? The next thing that I want us to be able to do is to continue by working on at least 2 of these micro projects together, at least 2 more of these, okay? As you know, we have sessions at 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. every day for 3 days, right? So in between the day, you have the opportunity to do other things that you need to do or continue to work on the projects that we are doing together, okay? So I'm going to give you the opportunity to do at least 2 more of these projects with me, and I have a list of 10 of them for you to choose from, okay? So one of those projects is called Social in 60, where you can strategically take 60 seconds up to 60 minutes and work on your social media marketing efforts. If you need to work on your social media, can you say me? Anybody here need to work on your social media? Can you say me? If you need to work on your social media, because I've got 10 activities for you to do LOL, list of lists, was one. Social in 60 is another one. Okay, so we're going to do a mini social in 60 section right now, right? Because again, there's two versions, 60 seconds, 60 minutes. We're going to do the minutes version right now. Take a couple of minutes to do this activity with me, and then we're going to move into the next micro project for today. Okay, say okay if you're ready. Say okay if you're ready. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. So there's so many ways for you to quickly get things done on social media. And it's crazy when we say, I don't have the time, because literally we could do this in 60 seconds or less, okay? Number one, Instagram is going to be the one that I choose, but you can choose whichever social media platform you like, okay? One thing that you can do is quickly go into your social media account, find something that you posted, and share it to your stories. Literally click on it, hit share it to your stories. I love how you can on Instagram share something and then you can use the link sticker and actually add a link to the story. I think that's pretty cool. Okay, so that's your challenge. I want you to pick a social media platform and reshare or even repost. Maybe you have a video that you posted on social media. It's on your phone already. Repost it again. Nobody says you can't. Nobody says you can't. So share or repost something right now. We're going to get social in 60, okay? I'm going to give you two micro social in 60 activities to do. The first one that I want you to do is to reshare something that you've already posted. Now, on most platforms, you can find me at Sister Sense. I'm going to go over to Sister Sense, go to my profile, and actually share one or two things that I posted this week. We're going to keep it nice and easy. We're going to keep it simple. So take a couple of minutes, reshare things you've already shared, add it to your story with a little engaging comment or link, a sticker, or number two, find something that you already posted and then repost it. Okay, let's do that for a couple of seconds, minutes, and then we'll move into another social in 60 activity that I want to share with you. Did you reshare? Say yes if you reshared something, number one. Number two, next thing that I want you to do is go over to sistersense.com/MDC. That's the Me Day Challenge. Also, the Me First Challenge, right? So either you can go to Instagram, go to my Sister Sense profile, and one of my most recent videos is the Me First Challenge. As a matter of fact, I'm going to just pin that post so you can see it right at the top. Or you can get there by going to sistersense.com/MDC. Okay? Now, a couple of things that I want you to do on that particular challenge page. First thing, the Me First Me Day Challenge is just prioritizing you and things that matter most to you right now. So when you get to that post, I want you to let me know what is one priority project you're going to commit yourself to this month. Drop that into the comment box, number one. Number two, if you so feel so inclined, you can also like, share, or tag a business bestie who would also benefit from the Me First Challenge. Okay? Now, one of the things that you'll see there, if you read the comments, is I mentioned if you are ready to prioritize you and move forward doing the things that you need to do, you can drop ready into the chat. Okay? I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about that ready comment. Repeat the link, please. Sure. It is on the screen, actually, Me Day Challenge, sistersense.com/MDC. If you actually click on that link, it will take you over to that exact Instagram post. But what I'll also do is pin that post to the very top. I'm going to try and do that as well so that it can be at the very top of my Instagram feed right now. So either go to sistersense.com/MDC or just go to my Instagram page and look for the Me First Challenge, okay? When you're there, if you want to like it, tag a bestie, save it. But to me, the most important thing that I want you to do, because we're about manifestation, right? We're about speaking, thinking, writing, and doing the things that we need to do. So what I want you to do is in the comment, I want you to write at least one priority project for you. Okay? Write at least one priority project for you in the comment box. Okay? You'll also see ready. So if you drop the word ready in the comment box, I'm going to share with you some resources I've put together this month to help you move forward. Okay? Quite a few resources on that page. Now, there are several things that are happening right now as part of this Social in 60 mini session that we're doing. Number one, you don't always have to sit and create content to be social. You can literally take a couple of minutes, go on social media, repost or reshare something that you already put out there. Okay? Number two, you don't have to spin your wheels to work on engaging. Go to several profiles of people that you like and follow and comment on their content. That's going to help you with engagement. That's going to help you with the algorithm. That's going to help you interact with people who will then interact with you. Everybody wants engagement and followers and all the things, but they don't interact with nobody. They either barely post, or when they do post, they jump in and jump off. Just simply engaging with this post, putting out there the things that you want to manifest, engaging, reposting, two ways that you can strategically be social in 60. Last thing I mentioned is you dropping ready into the chat. Yesterday when we talked about digital marketing trends, there are 10 of them. We focused on 5 of those 10. One of the things that's trending right now is DM marketing. Using the ManyChat platform, you can create automated comment messages where you tell people to leave a comment of a certain keyword, and when they leave that comment, you can automatically send them a private direct message. So when you say when you say ready and respond to that comment in that reel, I will automatically send you a DM, number one, with a link that you can click on. And that's awesome because Instagram doesn't allow you to have but so many. It used to be one. Now you can have a little bit more than one link in your link in bio, which is pretty awesome, but it used to be just one. Another way you can proactively integrate links into Instagram is use the link sticker when you post a story. Go to stickers. You'll see that one of the stickers is to add a link to your story. Another way is to use DM automations so that automatically, and you can set those up with ManyChat. I did a training on that. Those of you who are in the circle, if you want the ManyChat training, just check in with me and I'll let you know where to go. Okay, email me. I'll let you know where to go. But outside of that, seeing how the DM marketing works is one thing. You working it, creating them so that then you can send out links to your people is another. Because guess what? You want engaging comments. Who wants engaging comments? Say me. One way to engage people is to say, with a CTA, drop this statement into the chat. When they drop the statement, automatically you will send them a DM message with a link, information that's valuable to them. And you will also in the comments say, hey, I got your request, sending it your way. You can say whatever you want to say. DM marketing. That's one of several trends that we talked about yesterday that you should be power moves taking advantage of. But in this simple social in 60 session, these are a few things that we can do right now. Are you good? Say good. Let me know. Are you good? Say good. This is your opportunity. We're going to do another social in 60 session today, okay? But this is just a quickie. This is a quick one. For you to reshare or repost something, for you to engage with my profile. You should be engaging with other profiles, your clients, your customers, people who are in your business brand who talk about the things that you talk about, the people who you want to see you, that you put on your work with me list. This kind of engagement is something you should be doing. Working on DM marketing is also something that you can work on too, okay? Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wrap up this part of today's session because I know we've got a lot to do and I want to break our sessions up into 3 parts. So give me 1 second. I'm actually going to transition because I love the birds in the morning, but now everybody's awake and it's getting loud out here. So let me transition into my office so we can wrap up this part of our progress session. All right. It is truly a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And on Saturdays, it tends to be popping on my porch. Everybody want to come out, mow the lawn, take the dog out to walk, play basketball, all the things. It's getting kind of rowdy out there. So I want to make sure that you hear me nice and clear. I transitioned into my office. So a couple of things that we've worked on thus far, right? Number one, I wanted you to understand that to propel forward, you've got to be strategic, you've got to be intentional, you've got to carve out time to work on the things that matter to you. You've got to create a list of lists like this one. Now, some folks go too crazy with the list. They do the list and they don't do the work. So that's why we got to do a combination. We do the list, but we are going to spend today, trust and believe, doing the work, right? So even something as a simple social and 60 activity, it's an opportunity for you to strategically see that there are so many wonderful micro projects that you can do, even if you feel like you're super busy, that can work for you, right? So remember, I do have the Time Savers Toolkit resource, number one, and the Stay Productive list of micro projects that you can do throughout the month. Number two, over at sizzlesense.com/TSTK and sizzlesense.com/stay productive. Screenshot the screen. I know I talk fast, that's the New Yorker in me, but you can actually see that everything that I mentioned here, the links are nice, big, and clear on the screen. And you will get this manifestation master plan guide on the resources and replays page. Okay, so you're going to get this guide once we wrap up for today. Okay, so there are 10 micro projects. My goal is that you work on anywhere between 3 or 10 of them today. We are going to break up our session because we are just at, I think, 2 hours at this point. So let's break up this session and then do another micro project session, and then we're going to do some more in the evening. Okay? So what does that look like? Let me put the presentations back on the screen. We did a 30-minute power pause. Now we are going to, well, this says 6 p.m. Don't ignore that. We are going to do another session. What I'm going to do is actually, though, hang up from this one and then have you guys come back in immediately so we can do another set of micro projects, okay? There's 10 of them. I want you to be able to see, pick, and choose from, okay? You got it? So don't go away. You're going to come back. We're going to do another session now, and then we'll do another session later on today at 6 p.m. EST. Just make sure you got me. See, I got you. I understand the assignment, LaShonda. I don't want y'all to leave and then not come back now. You coming back? Just let me know. Okay? So let's do it. We're going to exit out of this one, day 2, part 1, and then do day 2, part 2. All right. I'll see you in a second.